Rachel's going to do the recording. Thank you, Rachel. So welcome everybody for our Team Arrow calls happening on Monday night. We're starting a new series called Back to Basics because we have so many people. It's really exciting. I see so many of you on the call that I don't know, and obviously some like OG faces that have been around for a while. And thank you so much to support our team and see all the smiling faces. Again, can you please mute your phone so that we can hear, so that there's no static in the background? There's a little microphone. If you just click on that, I hear a baby in the background. That's better. Thank you so much. Yeah. So last week, Sonia was able to go over, I hope you were able to catch that call, and some of us talked about it too, and Sonia went over the comp plan. If you want more information on the comp plan, I really suggest checking out the Jen Smith video. We have that in Team Arrow Biz. So you can just Google it on YouTube. It's also there as well. It's an extensive explanation, way better explanation than us giving it, called Jen Smith Isagenix compensation video. And you can also search for it in our Team Arrow Biz page. It's there for you as well to check out. And when I first saw that video, that's really what blew my mind away about what was really the potential of this business and the opportunity. It's just incredible. So totally check that out. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me or your enrolling sponsor or anybody else, or just post in our Biz page and we'll get back to you. So today, going back to basics. Oh, did I even say who I am? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous, of course, but my name is Ann Pham Medina. And if you were here last week, then you heard that I started Isagenix, and Sonia is the one that introduced it to me about a little bit over 2.5 years ago. So anyways, welcome everybody. So tonight, we're going to talk about how to talk to people in person or online. I'm assuming that you're on this call because you love Isagenix, or so far you've had an amazing experience, and just like me when I started. And then you're like, now what? What do I do now? So the first goal, if your enrolling sponsor hasn't helped you yet, or maybe they will, and if they don't, please feel free to reach out to me or Sonia or your enrolling sponsor again. And the first goal is to become an associate. If you don't know what that is, that's so that you can get, if you were on the call last week, all the business volume or the points that are accumulated from the people that continue to order and that initially enroll or start Isagenix. And even though you haven't enrolled anybody yet, or maybe you have, which is awesome, but if you haven't yet, you could be collecting all this business volume, these points, if you become an associate. So that's the first thing that you want to do, is go into your back office. Everyone has their own website. Your enrolling sponsor should have helped you with that. And then you click on this purple box, and it says really big, how to become an associate. Because first you're a customer right now, and then you click on that box, and then you watch a little video. You put in your social so that you can start collecting all of these points. And so that's how you become an associate. It's super easy. It takes like literally 1 minute. And you want to do that right away so that you can start collecting all those points. And then the next part is just to become a consultant. So we're going to talk about that tonight, how to do that, how you become a consultant, and how you also help other people become a consultant, your friends and your family. And being a consultant is just sharing with two people. Usually I tell people the two people that you love the most in the world, those are usually the two people that you're going to share with first. And a lot of times it's like your husband and your best friend, or your sister or your coworker or something like that. And usually those are the people that help you become a consultant. And at that time you can start making that residual income just by sharing with two people. You start getting paid. That's amazing, So anyways, I'm not going to go too much into the comp plan because we talked about it last week, and you can refer again to the Jen Smith compensation video that I had referred to earlier. Also, Isagenix has their own compensation plan video done by Jim Coover, which is amazing too, one of the founders of Isagenix, the president, and so you can check that out too. Isagenixbusiness.com, tons of information there, tons of videos there talking about the comp plan as well. So moving on, we're focusing on how to talk to people in person and online now that you're an associate and now that you want to share. And not just that you want to share, I really think that it's important that, you know, when I started this, the products with Isagenix, I knew I felt amazing. And I knew that other people in my life wanted to feel the same way that I did, or they were struggling with the same thing that I was struggling with. I was struggling with weight, you know, and just, and energy as well, and just being tired. But the main thing for me was weight loss. You know, and I'm sure if that's why you got started with Isagenix, you can think of at least 10 people or more that are also struggling with that too. And they're looking for a solution. And we have a solution for them. So we're really obligated to share the solution that we have, you know. And so how do we do that? It's just to be authentic to yourself, you know. And if you haven't known yet that this is network marketing, so you're working with your network, and the best way to do that is through social media or through Facebook, to let people know what you're doing and that you do have a solution if they're looking for it. And I just want to tell you that at first, before Isagenix, before the business and everything like that, I think that someone's not, can you mute your line if you just jumped on? Hi, Yesenia. Oh, thanks, Yesenia. You know, when I first started Isagenix, I did not even, I had a Facebook, but I probably had not those many friends on Facebook, and I rarely ever posted it, and I had never even taken a selfie of myself. Never, ever. And the thought of it now, like even thinking back to myself back then, I never thought I would be taking so many pictures of myself and posting so much and everything like that now. But it's made such a big difference in my business. It's been huge. And for so many of us in Isagenix and in network marketing, social media has played such a huge role in growing our business and just being consistent with it. And so I'm going to talk about Facebook, and also Instagram is huge too. You know, those are the two main methods of social media that are really popular today, at least with our demographics and stuff right now. And the way that you can share your experience and the solution that you have with Isagenix for people is through social media, because you can only share so much, right, face to face with people. Like when you talk to people and you see them, and you don't want to do what so many of us, including myself, when we got started doing, is that when you're so excited that you're having amazing results and you love Isagenix, and you're just verbal vomiting everything, you know, like Isagenix, da, 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 da. And then people are like, what? You know, they're so overwhelmed and everything like that. And so it's kind of like, we like to equate it to like a dating game, you know, like you just give people just a little bit and just a little bit. And as they ask more questions and things like that, you start to share more. But the best way and the easiest way, honestly, to do that is through social media. Of course, you know, you want to still talk about Isagenix in person, or you want to carry your Isagenix products, use them in public so that people know that what you're doing and everything like that. But people are like, when you see people on social media, or they see you and you're constantly or being consistent with sharing what you're doing, then they're going to know that when they're ready for a solution, that they can reach out to you. You want people to think of you when they're ready to lose weight or gain more energy or have better performance, you know? And so that it helps so much doing it with social media than instead of just like, you know, because how often do you see certain people, like, yes, there's a group of people in your life that maybe are coworkers and some are really close friends and family that you see on a regular basis. But like on social media, you can touch and remind hundreds of people every single day that you have a solution for them and that they can reach out to you, you know? So the most important thing about social media, I think, and just in general in this business, is to be consistent. And that starts with, I know it might sound scary at first, but posting, I mean, you start with what works for you, what you're comfortable with, you know, but we do recommend posting every single day if you can, like, and I'm going to get into that. And you're not posting every single day about Isagenix. You might freak out your network, you know, so definitely don't do that. But I'm going to go over like a strategy that you can do. We call it the 10-4-1 strategy. And so 10 of like, those are your posts that you're making either on Facebook or Instagram. So 10 of your posts are just lifestyle posts, because you want people to know who you are and you want people to feel comfortable with you. People are going to buy things from people who they trust and they love and they know, you know, and so you want people to feel like they know you or that they can trust you, and you do that. And of course, you have to be consistent in what you're posting, that it's you. That when people see you in real life, they're all like, oh, that doesn't look anything like the person, or that doesn't seem like anything like that person who's posting. You want it to be authentic to you. So you post things about your own lifestyle. You post, I love working out, so I'll post about working out. I love, obviously, my kids and my family and my husband are really important to me. And so I'll post things about that. So that's like the 10 kind of lifestyle posts, and just anything creative, anything that you're into. If you're into like Rachel, the do-it-yourself type things, if I started posting those kind of things, people would be like, what is going on? Who is this person? Because that's not me, but that's Rachel. And that's what she posts because that's her network and they know what she's interested in. And you want to make it fun, so post things that you're interested in and that your network would be interested in. And posting positive and happy motivational things because, people go to social media because they're looking for like things to make them feel better. Like, why do people watch a movie, or why do people listen to music? It's to make them feel better, they don't want to go to social media and hear people complain or say negative things, And so think about your Facebook and your Instagram, your social media platform as somewhere to spread positivity and joy, so that people can be happy. They want to come into your page and look at it and feel good and feel uplifted. You don't want them to come and feel like, oh my gosh, what is she complaining about today? So do that. And then going back to, it's the 10-4-1 strategy. So 10, just about lifestyle, and everything like that. 4, meaning like isogenics related things. Like maybe I'm going to show a picture with me drinking my hydrate during a workout or something like that, I'm sorry, I heard somebody, but if you can mute your line, thank you. So yeah, 4 isogenics related posts, things like that. So it's not so in your face, but it's there somewhere, maybe a picture with you in the product or whatever, you in your shake cup, you're rushing off to work or something like that. And then the 1 being a power post, and we can do a whole like call just on the power post alone. And they really recommend people who have been doing the business for a while to have like those power posts where it's like clearly you're doing something, you're using some sort of nutritional system, so those are more bold posts about isogenics, and you don't want to say isogenics, but we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna give you some do's, and just to let you know that we have so many, isogenics provides so many amazing tools and videos. And one of our favorite ones on social media is the Daniel Thompson and Kayla Craft video. And you can just check it up on YouTube. That's Daniel Thompson and Kayla Craft. And it's how to advertise yourself on Facebook or social media. I'm sorry, how to advertise yourself on social media. But you can just YouTube that into the search Daniel Thompson and Kayla Craft Isogenics, and that their video will pop up. And they did like a whole training on it and everything like that. But I'm just going to go over some of the things, some of the important things. So I give you some of the do's that they talked about as well. So number 1, they said, is to keep posts short because, sometimes people's attention spans are really short. They can't, try not to write like a whole novel. I mean, if that's you and you do that all the time, then I guess you can continue to do that. But just in general, it's just a general rule is just to keep posts short. I heard at a training this 3 rule, like for some reason things are, people are attracted to things in 3. So it's like 3 sentences or 3 bullet points or 3 hashtags, things like that. So I do try to keep a lot of my posts to 3 sentences so that it keeps people's attention and they can read it a lot faster than if you write a whole novel. Number 2 is avoid using the word isogenics. We've gotten a lot more open, like not so much hiding it. We used to be, when we started 2.5 years ago, it was like so taboo, like to never, ever, ever say the word isogenics anywhere in a post or to post it in any kind of picture or that you're posting or anything like that. But for some of us that have been doing the business a little bit longer, like over a year or something like that, it's okay. It's kind of okay every once in a while that isogenics pops up somewhere, but we're not so in your face about it. But for you, those of you that are on the call that are new, I really advise you to avoid and to not use the word isogenics, because you want to create curiosity within your network, because you want them to ask you and to what you're doing, and then that you can reach out to them and get on the phone with them. And I'm going to go through those steps some more with you as well. But just in general, you want to create curiosity. You don't want people to just Google it and then decide for themselves that either if they're going to do it or not. We want them to hear your story, to hear your experience and how you're passionate about it and what it's done for your life and how it can help them. But if you just plaster isogenics all over your wall or in your post, like pictures of like isogenics products or the word isogenics everywhere, then people they could reach out to somebody else, or they can just buy it on Amazon. And that's really scary, because the stuff on Amazon, we don't even know if it's not from the company itself. So we don't even know if what they're getting is really isogenics, so we really want to help our people and our friends and our family by coming to us so that we can guide them and we can help and see if we do have a solution for them, and that they can get legit isogenic stuff instead of getting, I don't know what, from Amazon. So number 3 is to use a filter on every picture that you post. And like I told you guys before, I was not social media savvy. I didn't even know what a filter was. So if you don't know what a filter is, it's totally fine, because I didn't know either 2.5 years ago. So what a filter is that usually on your pictures, like when you take a picture, if you have an iPhone, like I have an iPhone, so you can use the filter that the iPhone has, but it's really like not that good, not the best. I love Instagram because Instagram has a filter. Clarendon is my favorite one, but if you use Instagram, you can use their filter for free, which is nice, and then it saves, and then you can use that picture it just makes pictures so much more crisper, so much more brighter. You want your post to stand out to your network, to your friends and your family. So when they're scrolling through, and yours is the bright, pretty one that has a filter, they're going to stop on yours and they're going to read yours, and they're going to see, what she looks really good. What is she doing? And so filter is so important. One of my other favorite filters is I'm really busy and everything like that. I don't have time to mess around with all these different apps and stuff like that. But I like Beautify. I think it's like $3. It's like nothing. It's not that much, like forever. You just buy it the one time, the app. And what Beautify does is you just with one click, so it's super fast. Whenever I take a picture, just with one click, it instantly like brightens everything up and makes everything look so beautiful. So hence the name Beautify. So that's one of my favorites. So the Instagram filter is, there are so many out there. If you're more technologically savvy, you can figure out some better filters than me. But I just need it easy and basic. And those are the 2 that I like the most, is the Clarendon on Instagram and Beautify, to make your pictures pop. So going more with that is just like, make sure that you're taking pretty pictures. You want to make sure that your pictures have good lighting. Like, the worst thing that you can do is post a picture that's like in the dark and that people can barely see you, or that's really fuzzy and grainy, like those type of pictures. Because like I said, you want people to stop on your post and you want them to be able to read it. Number 4 is you can find someone that you're drawn to on social media so that you can copy their work. Or please friend us if you already are friends with us, the people on the team that have been doing this for a while. Why don't reinvent the wheel? Go to our post, copy our post, but make it authentic to you. Definitely don't like copy and paste exactly what we say, because those are our words, and it may not sound like you. But so I think you should definitely go through certain people's posts that you like or that you're attracted to, or even in your own network. They don't even have to be in isogenics or anything like that, but the posts that you're attracted to, maybe see what attracts you to those posts and try to copy them, and like I said, feel free to use our posts and modify them so that they're like yours, especially if you're looking for isogenics type of things, like the 4 isogenics related type of post, and definitely like the power posts. We've done a lot of those through the years and everything like that. So feel free to check out ours. Let's see, number 5, photo editing apps. Oh, so these are like, so Laura Stevens, if you guys don't know her, she's the one, I remember the first day, one of the days that I met her, and she introduced me to this app that we use all the time now. It's Ronna Designs, and that's RHONNA Designs, RHONNA Designs. And that app, you can do like different things with your pictures. You can add words, which is really neat. Word swag is another one that we like to use. So that's word and then swag. And then Facetune is another one too that I like to use. Number 6 is that you have correct grammar. So you don't want posts that you're writing that people are reading that, you know, doesn't make sense and stuff. You want to check that. Spell check for sure, and grammar check. And, you know, you can Google that if you need help with that. And number 7 is just create intrigue and mystery by being cryptic, you know. And like I said before, it's kind of like a dating game where you kind of want people, you know, to be interested in what you're doing, but you don't want it in their face all the time. And that's why that 10-4-1 strategy is so important, because most of the time your post should just be about your life and your lifestyle, and everything shouldn't be all about Isogenics, because that's not your life either. You know, Isogenics isn't your whole entire life. And just to be authentic to you. And for some people that are on the call, that if you have team members, I really liked how they mentioned asking people for permission. You know, like if you see someone on your team or someone that you personally enrolled and they post something that says Isogenics or something like that, or they post something that wasn't so great or whatever, or you think that it could be a little bit better, ask permission from them and say, are you open to talking about your Facebook? And then that way you can give them some tips and really help them out. And for the most part, I'm sure that they would really appreciate it, because I know starting out can be scary, especially with social media. And the braver the post, the scarier you are to post something. I think that people are so much more attracted to that, and they really want to hear from you. So be brave so that other people can be brave too, and they're more willing to reach out to you. So I know that we have time is coming up, and I just wanted to talk really quick about how to create consultants. So I talked about it in the beginning a little bit about how to set the expectation that your customer is going to become a consultant. Like when I mentioned, you know, like who, of course, like you're going to fall in love with these products and people are going to want to know what you're doing. But even before that, you grab 2 people that you love the most in the world to do this with you, because you're going to have such a better experience. You're going to be so much more successful with this system when you have 2 people that you can be accountable with and do this journey together. And we have a lot of people that start that way, and I do see that those people are the most successful is when they grab 2 people right in the beginning and they get started with them. But then sometimes people don't do that, not from the very, very first day, but after that, just planting that seed, letting them know that they're going to feel amazing and people are going to want to know what they're doing, you know, and just by sharing with 2 people, that's how they can become a consultant. And I don't want to go over too quickly with this, but we do have a template or a format that we can also post in our business page about the 7 steps that you can do to help people become a consultant. But some of the things, let me just go over some of them, is helping somebody like with their social media post, like their first post. There's lots of examples of first posts. If you're on the call and you've never done a post before, we can help you with that. Your enrolling sponsor can help with that. But also Isogenics Business has samples of posts too that you can do as well, and you can modify it and edit it, tweak it to make it your own. You know, I just want to go over this really quick because I think it is important that when people post, after you post, 2 things will usually happen. People are going to like it or comment, or they're going to comment on it. And what you should do is always, instead of like responding back in the thread, in the Facebook thread, for instance, or Instagram thread, instead of when someone asks you, what are you doing? You don't respond to them. You shouldn't respond to them. Oh, I'm doing Isogenics. Do you want to know about it? You should always respond to them and just say thank you, or just say like, I'll PM you, which I'll private message you. And then you can private message them. And you really want to get people offline as quickly as possible and in person and on the phone. So that's what I'll do all the time too, is I'll private message them and I'll say, thank you for reaching out. I'm so excited to share with you what I've been doing. These are what time works for you, afternoon or evening after the kids go to bed, and, we can talk for a few minutes really quick. So definitely, you want to get people offline. So instead of going back and forth in like Messenger and stuff like that, if you can, to get them on the phone so that they can hear, your excitement and everything like that in your voice. I'm going to share the rest of it. You guys can see on our business page and everything. And before we go, since we just have like a few minutes left, I just wanted to open up and see if anyone had any questions or anything like that specifically, or maybe we can guide you to a tool as well on our in our business group. So anybody, questions? I hope that wasn't.
I just wanted to add that anybody who is on this call should have already done a launch party. And if they haven't already, that needs to be like on the calendar. So whoever helped you get started with Isagenix, if you haven't done a launch party yet, talk to them and they will help you do your first launch party. Because the best way to kind of like let your network know what you're doing is to have a launch party at your house, have them come over, have them hear your story, have them taste a few shakes. And that's like the easiest and best way to just get a whole bunch of people. I did that within my first 2 weeks of starting Isagenix, and I was not interested in the business. I was just kind of told that, like, hey, in 2 weeks, you're going to do this. And I was like, okay. And also my friends were already asking what I was doing. So it was natural for me to do the launch party. And at that point, I had 5 friends sign up at my first launch party. And that's what kind of got my business going. And keep in mind, I wasn't even doing the business at that point. I just wanted to help my friends feel as good as I felt. So I hope that every single one of you has done a launch party in your house in person. But if you haven't, get back to the person that got you started in Isagenix and plan one, you guys. So valuable. And if you're a serious business builder, keep doing them. I did them every week my first 6 months, and it totally solidified my business.
And that's so true, because I got started from a launch party too, from Sonia's launch party. I went to Sonia's launch party, and that's how I got started. And also just to let you know that we are here to help you. You're not going to do your launch party on your own. One of us, one of the leaders, or whoever the person that helped you got started, and if they did, then they're a leader. They're going to come to your house and they're going to help you do everything. It's not like you really have to do anything. It's not like you're all on your own or anything like that. We're a team. We're here to help you. And we try to get other team members to come too, so that they can share their story as well. And it's super fast. We've been doing this for a while now, and we've got it down to like 30 minutes, the whole presentation, 30 minutes done. And then like after that, it's just like, hanging out and helping you enroll people. So we would be happy. I'm so excited to help you with that. I love sip and samples. We love launch parties. It's a regular part of our business. And it's so much more fun to take it offline and in person, that belly to belly, because this is a relationship business. And it's all about helping as many people as we can and sharing the amazing solution that we have. So thank you so much, everybody. Any last parting words or anything like that? Thanks for jumping on the call. It'll be the same time again next week with other new information, of course, at 8 p.m. Monday night. I think it's Angie and Christy that are going to be sharing stuff for you to learn. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. We know that you're super busy, and we really appreciate you. Let us know if we can help in any way. So anybody else? Yes, Rachel? Oh, are you just saying you're going to stop recording? Okay. Thank you.